Hey guys, your pal Victor here from Cult Classics, and it's no secret if you've seen videos from our channel here before that I am a big Batman fan. You can look right over my shoulder and see a little bit of inkling of that. So when McFarlane Toys said they were going to do a new Bane figure, I was super excited, and guess what? It sold out super fast, but thankfully I have friends who own comic shops and they got an order in. So today we're going to review Bane. Or no, try that again. Yes, Bane. Even worse. Stay tuned. So yeah, Bane is one of my favorite Batman villains. Very easily. I mean, he's supposed to, before, he got dumbed down in that terrible Batman and Robin movie. Bomb. He was basically just the luchador anti-Batman. He lived in a prison. He taught himself all these skills from prisoners, and he's like Doc Samson, this pulp villain that was just as intelligent but more dangerous than Batman. And over the years, he's been dumbed down a lot, but he was basically created to be, the Doomsday to Batman, same way Doomsday was to Superman. This was when, they killed Superman, they broke Batman's back, and they created this character, Bane, created by writer Chuck Dixon, known mainly for Punisher, and also Graham Nolan, who's an awesome painter. They created this crazy luchador monster, as intelligent as Batman, hooked on this drug called Venom that basically turned him into the Hulk. And this figure is a Hulk. This figure clocks in easily at 10 inches tall. He's in his full glory. It's kind of like not quite City of Bane, but also not quite Nightfall Bane. It's sort of like a tactical version of 90s Bane with the mask, and we're gonna open him up right now so we can get a good look at him. So I'm excited. All right, and here we are with Bane, and like I said, he is a big dude. He's got the single tank of Venom. These Venom cables are a lot like the Arkham Origins Bane here. So just to put this an example, this Bane is about 8 inches tall. This is from the Arkham Origins video game line. Okay, this Bane, and he's standing up straight. All right, this Bane standing up straight dwarfs this guy by like a good, and like I said, straight, like by a good inch. So he's about 9 inches tall. He's got 14 points of articulation. I'll praise some things first. Here, the ball joint is black, as is the glove, so it looks seamlessly like a glove no matter how you do it. This is actually one of the smarter things about it. There is the Venom button right there. And like, this really looks like cloth in person. I mean, like, it looks like a tactical suit. You cannot remove this. It is on there, it's glued on, so that, be cool if you could take it off. And the mask, I think, is really awesome. It's very comic booky, and it's a ball joint head on like this thing here. This is painted, right? But you could see they could have painted it a little bit down more. But I still like it. I like the way that it looks with the helmet. I wish they had painted the veins, the vascularity, like a light green, like you can see the venom in his veins. I've seen some people do that as a custom, and I think it's cool. Oh, he wasn't fully standing up. Let's try that one more time. Again, like about an inch taller. So, he's almost 10 inches tall. It's a good size. So here's negatives. I will say he has only 14 points of articulation. I mean, he turns here. I really wish he would have a thigh swivel. This isn't the same thing as a thigh swivel. I like this. Oh, he actually has 16 points because he has toe articulation. Is that really necessary with a figure this big? Probably not. But that being said, I'm all for big hulking figures, and at a $40 price point, you can't really complain about that. Other than that, I'm going to say I like the way he stacks up with other figures in the line. For example, here's Ghostmaker, right? Like, just put this in perspective here. This is how much bigger he is than Ghostmaker. I'm using their feet, and he's like a good like 3 inches bigger, right? And by the way, he has 2 open hands. This one is more for show. I don't really think it can grab anything, but this little bear is from the Freddy vs. Jason NECA figure. I use him as Osito with another figure. Let's see if he can hold him. If he can hold Osito, I can forgive some stuff here. And he can. So if you have the NECA, Freddy vs. Jason with the little bear, he makes a great Osito, and he can hold him. Osito, what would I do without you, Osito? Right? If you don't know, when Bane was in prison in jail as a child in Santa Prisca, Osito was his little keepsake. It's actually a knife. The head comes off and it's a weapon he can use against people, but he always kept it as a show where he came from. Now here's what I'm going to say. Here's some negative critiques, okay? And it's, to me, your mileage will vary on this. I went off on this a lot on my Clayface review, but once again, this is an example of McFarlane Toys doing a sculpt first and then carving in articulation where they can from that sculpt. This has 16 points of articulation. A lot of them aren't really that useful. It'd be cool if his boot swiveled, but he has our ankle and toe articulation. I mean, I feel like if you're gonna do ankle and toe, why can't you do thigh and boot? Those would be more helpful. Again, this is a mega figure. You're paying $40. They could have done a little bit better job on the paint apps here. Some shading, or a wash would have brought out this musculature way more. Like I said, in person, it's not that big of a deal because you have shading and it's an easy fix. But I also am getting kind of tired of having to do so much work on McFarlane figures. I feel like every time I get one, it's kind of like a model kit where I have to touch it up and stuff. And yeah, it always looks better after the fact because the sculpt is there. But paint used to be McFarlane's signature, and it's sort of been lacking of late. But like I said, it's an easy fix, and it might not bother you as much as it might other people. It just would be nice if some thought was given into articulation when they do the sculpt, because double elbows would have been super cool here. And he has the ball hinge here, but he could have had the butterfly joint, and he has double knees. So I guess he has, does he? Yeah, he does. So he has 18 points of articulation, but it's very, not super useful. You can kind of do that, which it's something, and it actually you can go up a little bit, but like I said, it's not super useful here to have double knees on a figure that can only do a 45-degree bend on them, I would, but here's the thing. He has big arms, so let's say, for the sake of argument here, we'll take our Fosito out of his hands, right? We've got ball joints here. We got, double knee here. I think you guys might know where I'm going with this. What will be broken first? Your spirit or your body? So he can pick up Batman and body slam him. He will hold him up. The joints are strong. So there you go. If your whole point is to pose him or play with him, ow. See, that's sharp too. Sometimes these McFarlane toys will mess your ass up. he can hold up Batman to break his back, which is likely what a lot of people will do. He also looks good with like the Batman Who Laughs and, you know, these other characters. And like you said, he does have better articulation than this, which was my default Bane up until this. And this Bane has basically the exact same articulation largely, except he has single knees. He has, you know, these are not ball joints, they're just, you know, pegs. The arms and elbows are the same, the head is the same. There's no crunch on either one of these figures. And it's a T crotch, he has ball joints. And there's no articulation here. So this McFarlane Bane, I think, has 6 more points of articulation than this guy does. They have the exact same piping and the kind of same tactical thing, except he's more of a balaclava guy here, and this is more comic booky. And this figure costs like almost $200 now, so it's very hard to find this guy. But this at $40 on Amazon, you can still pre-order him, I think, is a very good deal. This is probably the best Bane we're gonna get. He also does have the diaper, as people like to call it, where it's a rubber overlay here to hide the ball joints, which I don't mind. I think that's a smart way to do it. And I love the way they did the tank. You know, this is still my favorite tank here. I mean, look at that shit right there. But this could have also been more detailed. And this figure was like the equivalent of a mega figure, was like a deluxe, and these guys cost about the same when they came out. So, you know, he does have a better paint job, you know, because doing washes was much easier back in the day. But overall, I'm gonna say, if you're gonna get a Bane figure, get this guy. He's awesome, his size is great, and he's one of my favorite figures this year. So there you go, guys. McFarlane Toys Mega Figure Bane, get it, he's awesome. Buy me, do it, and subscribe. All right, see you guys.